Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Normal here and you watching the detailed camera review of Redmi 9 Power, the latest smartphone from Xiaomi in India. So Redmi 9 Power comes with a 48 megapixel quad camera and an 8 megapixel selfie camera. So let's find out how the camera performs. So if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. Now coming back to the review, let's first have a look at the camera hardware. The Redmi 9 Power has a 48 megapixel primary Samsung GM1 sensor with f1.8 aperture. There is an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens with f2.2 aperture, and finally you get a 2 megapixel macro sensor and a fourth depth sensor. There is also LED flash included. Now the front camera is an 8 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. So let's find out how the camera performs. First, let's have a look at the video quality. The phone can record videos in 1080p resolution at 30 fps and 720p at 30 fps, and the quality is quite decent and colors also looks decent. But the disappointing aspect is the lack of stabilization, which is quite surprising from Xiaomi, as even their budget smartphones used to have this feature. Also, the dynamic range is pretty much average. Redmi 9 Power isn't a great smartphone for video recording. The ultra wide angle camera has 1080p video resolution support and doesn't look great without stabilization, and it's pretty much shaky, and the footage quality is also kind of average. The phone also does macro videos in 720p, which is quite decent considering the price segment it is being offered. Now moving on to the daylight captures, the 48 megapixel rear camera does a good job with good details and sharpness levels. Colors are quite good and there is a bit of saturation issues, especially with the sky colors which tend to be saturated. The sharpness levels are quite good for the price segment, and this is evident when you pixel peep. The dynamic range is also quite acceptable. So in terms of daylight conditions, we don't have anything to complain in this price segment, and it performs quite well. Moving on to the ultra wide angle samples, you can see that the colors are good and once again quite similar to the primary camera. But the details aren't great, which is acceptable, and it gets a bit too soft towards the edges, but again for the price segment it is quite decent. Next, moving on to the close-up shots taken with the Redmi 9 Power. This came out quite well with adequate colors and good details as well. Colors are once again a bit saturated, but most users won't complain, and it does a good job overall. The phone also comes with a 2 megapixel macro sensor, which is quite decent again. While the colors are good, it does have an issue with focusing, and sharpness levels are kind of decent. Next, moving on to the portraits. The Redmi 9 Power produces good portraits with good skin tones. While the tendency for warmer tones is quite evident, overall it looks great and the edge detection is really good on the Redmi 9 Power. Moving on to the low light captures, with f1.8 aperture, the phone can take some decent images in indoor lighting conditions, and it has decent sharpness and colors. Noise is kept to minimum, but it is visible though. But when light drops further and in extreme low light conditions, there is noise, and here it is better to go with the night mode. While the night mode can bring in better images, there is considerable amount of noise even in the night mode. This is something which can be fixed with update, considering it has a Samsung GM1 sensor. Finally, the selfie camera. The 8 megapixel selfie camera can take some good selfies. There is good details, dynamic range, and also colors are quite nice. Make sure you turn off the beauty mode, as it can mess up with selfies at times. The skin tones and sharpness levels are quite good. Since selfies are more of personal choice, you can judge based on the clarity. The phone also comes with portrait mode for selfies, and here it is quite decent in terms of edge detection, although there is room for improvement. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Redmi 9 Power, which can record videos in 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the different video sample. So summing up, how good is the Redmi 9 Power in terms of camera? Redmi 9 Power has good daylight captures, decent ultra-wide, portraits, close-up and good selfie camera. But there are a few issues or rather areas of improvement which includes the video recording where they could add a stabilization and also the low light which aren't bad but can be improved. So that is a detailed camera review of the Redmi 9 Power. So what do you guys think of the camera on the Redmi 9 Power? Do share in your thoughts in the comment section. This is Nirmal signing off with a camera review of the Redmi 9 Power. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.